Well, one of us is going to have fun today. I hope it's me. All right, first impressions after opening the box. This thing it's wide, it's big, and it's pretty nice looking so far. You know, that feels pretty solid. Let me take this thing out of here and see what we've got going on. Yep, she's a bit of a monster. She does also come with a mesh front panel if I decide to put that on instead of the tempered glass. But this is going to be fun. This is going to be nice. Here we go.
So one of the first things out of the gate that I really like is you can take several of these panels off, even the front panel. And very versatile in that way. I can take the front off and the side off, and what we're going to end up doing in here is putting that AM5 motherboard that I bought off of eBay that was not working with bent pins. Yeah, we're going to put that in here. We've already done some testing on this and found it to be pretty solid. We've already done a little bit of benchmarking, but not a whole lot. We will do some more eventually, but for the time being, this is what we've got, and this is what we're going to put in here, and I think it's going to be a pretty solid build for right now.
The motherboard sits in here very securely, and actually it looks really nice in here. I am going to use a couple of fans, just regular blue LEDs right here, 140 millimeter. They're going to be facing the wrong direction. Don't hate on me. It's not the final setup of this case. I just want to test some airflow. I'm thinking about putting some fans up here, but I'll more than likely put just a 120 back here. This isn't that powerful of a CPU. The video card I'm going to be using is not, it's not earth-shattering, so I'm going to start off with a 550 watt power supply. It's nowhere near what it's going to be at the end of the build, but it'll give us a chance to kind of test things out and look at it. But this is going to look pretty good, I think. I do really like that this panel swings out like this, so you can access to get to the fans, cable management, and all that stuff. Plenty of cable management. Yeah, hard drive bay, or in this case, we're going to put some SSDs in somewhere. All right, at least one to get it up and running and testing, and then power supply down here. I really like that. Alrighty. I like that there's plenty of room where the fan cage is, or the top fans go. I can actually reach in here and get to this connector on top of the motherboard really easily, and there's a lot of room in between here. So it made connecting this really easily, even reaching through here. I like that a lot. A lot. Alright, so I thought it was going to be a sticking point trying to get to these screws right here, but as it turns out, this swings back out of the way, and you can get to them from here because it's blocked right here, and on the other side, if you open it all the way up, you can't get to it because the motherboard's in the way. So at an angle, you can get to them just fine. Right in between here, that's actually pretty good. And yeah, don't hate me. These are not turned the wrong way. Airflow goes that way, which means that this side is going to be lit up, but the other side will have the brackets. It's something I can't help right now. I will order other fans, but yeah, don't at me in the comments, okay? I get it. All right, it's not my most beautiful job of cable management in the world, but it fits, and nobody's going to see it anyway. I also do love how the back is well ventilated. I mean, you can see the fans through here, so that's going to show up. And then the power supply is over here. You can be able to get intake through the power supply. But yeah, hard drive cage and all that stuff. This is, yeah, we're getting ready in the final steps here. Cable management on the front's not too bad. Still got plenty of clearance down here. This is probably where we're going to put some fans that will blow up. We're going to put some fans up here that will blow out. Get some reversed airflow fans that will be here, and then one more here. I only have a 7500F in here right now, and then this Gigabyte, the video card, has been shown to be very good on airflow and temperature. So this is what I'm going to start out with, just kind of testing things and airflow and seeing how it looks, and then I'll start making some modifications, because eventually this is going to become my primary gaming computer. And it's all because I got a $40 motherboard that was sold as is, non-working, with some bent pins. I may have forgotten to mention that all these just snap on and snap off, with the front and side panels, or the side panels front and back here, being also tighten down with a thumb screw to make sure they stay in place. But man, I mean, this case has been really, really easy to build in. Let me put the other cover on. I'm not going to pull the plastic off yet. We're going to fire it up. I want to check a couple temps and all that stuff and see what it looks like, and then make my final judgment on this King 95 case here. They do sell a King 95 Pro that costs about 40 bucks more, that comes with all the fans, for 80 bucks. I mean, this was 79 and change. This was a steal. I do also like how the back of the video card sits flush with the rest of these spacers. Usually they're kind of indented or they're offset a little bit. This whole thing is offset, but these are flush with all the rest of the spacers. So that looks pretty cool. Now, it is a little bit tedious trying to get your fingers in there beside that to screw in the thumb screws, but it worked out, and I like how smooth that is. That means these connectors don't bind up against these spacers here and cause issues. Overall, I have to think I like this aesthetic. It's nice and simple. I don't have anything too flashy in here right now. I am debating even whether to have RGB on things like the fans. I mean, these look okay. I'm not upset about that. The little detailing on the GPU or on the graphics card, that's okay. I don't necessarily have to have, you know, bright and shiny DDR5. For that matter, the fans up at the top. I don't know. I kind of like this, and I think maybe just some subdued airflow. Maybe I might do one more fan over here facing out back, and that might be blue, and I think the rest of them might be, you know, just dark colored. Now the keyboard, yeah, that's a different story right now, but this is a keyboard. I bought it on Amazon not too long ago. PJ the Great gave me the recommendation. I got it. I'll leave a link to his review in the comments, but yeah, that's totally different from this whole build, but I love the aesthetic of this build, and yeah, the more I kind of like that this looks like, I don't know, I like the way the light kind of shows up a little bit there. Isn't that cool? And that's coming from the RGB over here. So it looks like a little bit of a seam, but there's no actual light coming off of that. Anyway, so yeah, sidetracked. I like it. It's cool. Let me give you some final thoughts and then wrap up this video. All right, one other thing that is really, really cool. This will actually go on the bottom. It's bottom plate. Instead of putting fans in the bottom, you can put this plate in the bottom, and it's got spots for SSDs or what have you to go along the bottom grate instead of maybe fans if you want to. Full set of hardware. Look at that. I mean, it's got replacements for everything, thumb screws, all kinds of things. Beautiful. And then if you want mesh on the front instead of the glass panel on the front, there you go. The blue that matches the rest of the case. Everything comes in here, I mean, very well packaged. I really, really like this. I wasn't expecting to, and for 80 bucks, I mean, it's a lot more than I really thought. So I'm pretty darn happy. I cannot complain at all. This is pretty impressive, quite honestly.
So obvious is there's a lot to like about this case. I'm pleasantly surprised. I wasn't going. First of all, I wasn't going to buy it. Second of all, I wasn't going to do a video. But then when I found it on sale for 80 bucks, it was Newegg. I thought, okay, I'll buy it, and I am going to move my AM5 platform obviously in there. The 7500F is not going to stay. Now that I know the motherboard is working, I'm going to go ahead and put a higher quality or better processor in there, which means that I'm probably going to put the 3060 Ti, or if I can get a hold of one of the new generations of GPUs, I will put that in there instead and give that a little bit of a go. The temps were all right. I can't complain too much. Mid 60s or so. It did get a little bit warmer on occasion. I don't have a lot of fans in there. I know that once I put some airflow in it, it will be better. I'm not going to stick with the same fans that I have in there. It's just a couple, but I will go ahead and obviously the cooling solution will be something that I upgrade. I really, really do like this. From the accessory kit to just the space and the ease of which everything, I was able to put everything together. The cable management was very, very easy down that back trough back there. I was able to hide stuff. the way the power supply went in. Right now, I'm just using a Be Quiet 500 watt power supply. I will obviously have to upgrade that when I go to something a little bit more powerful, CPU and GPU. But for the time being, I just wanted to get an idea of what this is going to be like to try to build in. And I'm pretty happy. The Montech King 95, if you can get a hold of this, it comes in 2 different models and it comes in several different colors. It comes in the 95 and the 95 Pro. The 95 Pro has all the fans in it, all the RGB fans and all that good stuff. I did notice that the case itself has RGB, like a strip, that kind of flows through the color. You've got that seam, the front of it where you've got the curved glass and it meets up with that side glass. Right there in that seam, you actually have some color because it looks like that RGB kind of follows through to the end of that glass. So that's a nice little effect too. I thought was pretty cool. It's not very bright, but it is, it's there. So it was something that looked pretty nice. It comes in a couple of different colors. It comes in red and black and white and blue and all that stuff. I found this one on sale. I don't know for how long or if you can find it or whatever the deal is. But when I saw it, it was something I was looking at before that I wasn't going to get, and I couldn't help myself. Then when I got it and I started building it, it's like, you know what? When I started playing around and looking at it, it's like, maybe I can go ahead and do a video on this too, because this is not bad. I was really, really happy, and the more that I started filming just in case, the more I liked it, and it's turning into what you guys now see in front of you. This Montech case I'm very, very happy with. Will I put Montech fans in it? Not sure. I might. I definitely like the case. I like how easy it was to put everything in, how everything is well thought out. It goes really, really well with that Gigabyte motherboard that's in there that I was able to get off of eBay as not working. And for right now, it's got a 7500F and a Gigabyte RTX 3060 12 gig. So I will do some testing a little bit here and there. I also want to test that 7500F with the B570 that's in the editing rig, just to get some numbers on that. I don't know if I'll do a video on that or not. I might, but I would rather be able to get a hold of a B580 to test those two against each other. That might be the opportunity I get, if I can lay my hands on one of those, to go ahead and do a video like that. Otherwise, I'm going to keep building, upgrading, get another CPU, get some more fans, and we're going to go to town with this thing because I really do like this case. In any case, I'm extremely happy with this. And happy enough to go ahead and make a video on it, but it was not my intent, but that's what ended up happening. So you guys get a copy of it. Anyway, that is all I have for right now. If you are interested in a case like this, I've laid my hands on some weird cases, and I know secondhand stuff and sleeper build stuff, but this came across my shopping list, we'll put it that way, and I couldn't resist. So if you guys are thinking about it or have done it recently, or just let me know. Put it down in the comments. If you like the video, go ahead and throw a like on it if you don't mind. If you're not already subscribed, please do. For some reason, YouTube's been backsliding on my subscribers. I got up to like 15, and now like once a day. I'm losing a sub every single day now, and I don't know what's going on for the past week. It's kind of some weird stuff. So if you don't mind, go ahead and click like or sub. Don't forget the rest of my socials, but if you don't do any of that, that's perfectly fine. I get it. Just do me one favor. Let's be good to each other. Smile, wave, hold the door open, say good morning, something. Just do something kind. Kindness is free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you might discover it makes a whole lot of difference in somebody's day, including yours. That is all I have for right now. I have my regularly scheduled stuff that you can see back over there that I paused to play with this case. And so there'll be more stuff coming. But anyway, that's all I have for right now. So until I get myself into something I have no business getting into, I'll see you later.